All right, so we are so excited, Sue, for you to be here with us as in your new position with Sanoviv as
Yeah.
the, I always forget your full title, say it again, the,
Education content specialist.
okay. And Sue is the creator of the brand new, as of today, uh, Sanoviv Nutrition Advisor Certificate that is available to Usana Associates digitally, self-paced. So I have had a lot of questions from people who say, is this in person again? And I wish, but no, I wish. So I'm gonna maybe let's just give a little history, Sue, and then tell us about the certification and lead in that way.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me, Karen, on your meeting. One of the things we've worked with USANA before, and we've partnered on several projects. And as many of you know, the retreats held at Sanoviv in the past were very successful. We did them for about 6 or 7 years, and I think many of you went through some of those. And those were great, but unfortunately, we needed more room for medical patients. And, we've been packed, we've been full. We have a waiting list now because we don't even have enough room for medical patients. So, as you know, 40 patients is our max. And so, yeah, we're busy. But what I have been pushing for is getting something online digitally so that we can continue to learn and study. So USANA kind of approached us. We met about this, and we wanted to create this nutrition advisor certification. And here's the difference. When in the past, when we did the retreats, that was considered a training. We never actually called it a certification because for a certification, you really have to have a quiz or a test or something. And it really has to be research and science based. And so this current course that I created, we've taken it to a whole new level. I mean, there's a lot of new information. I mean, some of you will recognize obviously some information that's just foundational. And most of you are experts, so you'll probably know some of this, but it's all new. And there's a lot of new things in each module that we have. At the end of each module, we have a quiz, and you need to pass the quiz. Now, you can take the quiz as many times as you'd like. And if you get an answer wrong, you could go back and select a different, it's basically the quiz is to reinforce all of the learning. And even when I was creating this and creating the quiz questions, I felt like it's so good to reinforce everything, especially those key points that you really want people to know and learn. So the quizzes are designed just to really reinforce learning. And you'll go through, there are 9 modules total, and I'll tell you what they are. The first one is about Dr. Wentz and about his vision and what his vision was for Sanoviv. And there's actually going to be a quiz on that because we really think it's important for you to know, where he's coming from and what he really wants for the Sanoviv facility. So that's the first module. It's kind of short. It's not too long. That's like about 22 minutes. The next one is nutrition fundamentals. And what that is, it's an overview of basic nutrition. What are the 6 essential nutrients for health? And this is how every nutrition course, every certification needs to start with this basic information. Some of it is, I've reorganized the way it's taught so that it's taught carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water. We teach things, in order how they're taught typically in universities and schools. So there's a lot of really good information in that, and that is going to be like the solid foundation. Then we go into
How long is that one, Sue? How
that
long?
was an hour. That one's an hour. Then we go into nutrition in today's world. And that one is really about, a lot of common topics that are happening today, things that you're seeing. Just for the heck of it, anybody have a common topic that is happening in today's world?
Environmental toxins.
Yes, it's in there. Actually, there's more of that in detox, but it's in there, environmental toxins. But we do talk about cholesterol a little bit. We talk about intermittent fasting and some of the latest things with that, the science of that. We talk about meal planning. We talk about ancestral heritage, which is something at Sanoviv we think is really important when you're discussing diet and nutrition with anybody. We really have to be mindful about where we come from. So there's talk about that. That one is an hour and 10 minutes. I thought that I didn't realize that was going to be so long, but it ended up being a little bit longer. Um, After that, we have everybody's favorite, and you guys are experts at digestive wellness, right? But there are some new things in there that maybe you haven't heard about yet. So a lot of it will be a review for some of you. But there are things in there that you'll learn about the migrating motor complex, which maybe you haven't heard about. So there's going to be some new things there. Then my favorite topic is detoxification. So many of you have already talked, or learned a lot about that, but that one is really important. And in that one, we've added information about genetic SNPs. There's a couple of slides on that where, I really wanted you to be familiar with what that means if you have some genetic SNPs and what it doesn't mean. So genes are not totally your destiny. So we talk about that a little bit. And we go into, extensive review of the liver and the liver's functions. So those two are more common that maybe you might have trained already with that information, but there's a lot of new information. Digestive wellness is about 45 minutes. Detoxification is also about 45 minutes. Then there's a whole new, brand spanking new module on healthy weight management. What is the best way? What is not the best way? What do you do if you want to gain weight? Because we have some people that need to gain weight, and that's a problem for people. So, and there's more tools, there's more resources in there for you to use. And by the way, all of these modules have downloadable resources that, handouts and things that you can actually print out and take notes on some of them. The weight management one I think is really good. We do talk about GLP-1. What is that? What does it mean? We talk about natural production of GLP-1, and that's something we can do naturally. And what to do if if you really want to enhance weight loss and speed up your metabolism. So, and in that one, it's really, we're presenting what works, what we have seen work, what we know works. We're not going into trendy diets. We do talk about some of those, but we're not really going into it. But we talk about what you can do with the information from trendy diets, because as you know, we can learn a lot from anything out there, right? Then there is, that one is about an hour. Then we have another module, lifestyle changes for better health. And what I really like about the way this is done is this is done really for you too. We have 10 pillars of a healthy lifestyle. And I've created a rating sheet. So on a scale of 1 to 10, as we go through each area, you can rate yourself in that part of your lifestyle to see where
Taking
you
notes.
and I love that because at the end, guess what? You can put them in order and you're going to know what your priorities are. So maybe nutrition's not a priority for you, but maybe financial health is a priority for you, or maybe positive attitude is, or social connection. There's other things in lifestyle that impact our health. So I love that you can go through and do your own lifestyle rating and then put those in order, and then you can say, okay, these are my top 3 priorities. I'm really good at this. I really need to work on this. So that's lifestyle changes for better health. It's about 45 minutes. Then we have a brand new module I created, women's health. And yay! And what I love about this, what we decided to do is we decided to present the most common concerns that we see at Sanoviv. When women come to Sanoviv, what are their biggest concerns? And we've grouped it like that. So there's information in there on breast health. Obviously, that's an important topic. So what can you do? What can you eat? How can you change your diet to support breast health? We also talk about hormonal balance. That's another thing, right? Who's not concerned about that, right? Um, and we talk about it's mostly related to lifestyle and diet that supports hormonal health. And so we talk a little bit about that. We talk about bone health, because that's another thing that women come to us, they're concerned about bone health, especially as they get older. So we have something on that, and we have something on um, what you can do if you want to look your best, because as we get older, women are really concerned with how they look and how they're aging, and are they looking their best? How is their skin? How is their hair? How are the nails? I mean, so it all goes back to food and lifestyle, and how, so that's a great, I love that one because there's just so much to learn there. That's women's health. That one's about 55 minutes. And then the last module is Usana product highlights. And if you've ever done training with me, you know that we've gone through and talked about each Usana product, some of the benefits, some of who is it for, who is it not for. And what I've added into that is um, some of the things we have seen, and how we use the Usana products at Sanoviv. So we do use many of the products, and there's certain reasons why we use more of one product versus another product and so on. So we can talk about that. In that one, I wanted to give also a lot of information on where to go for the best information. If you want to learn more about nutrition, where do you go? If you want to learn more about USANA products, you guys know Ask the Scientist is one of the best things. Do you know what I did when I first became an associate? I got to share this story, and I do share this story in the course. I was so interested in nutrition because this was before I was actually had my master's in nutrition. I was a USANA associate learning about all these products, and I went to the Ask the Scientists website, and it was different than it is today. And I printed every page on every product, and I put them in plastic sheets, and I had a binder that was enormous, and I just studied from it. And I loved that because I learned so much about the products. And the other reason I love that is because you also learn about the language you should use when talking about the products. And I love that. So there's information on that. There's information on where else you can go for the best nutrition information. Um, all of that's in there. I don't know if any of you are aware, but we actually did some research with the USANA science team. And in 2019, we presented a poster. We had about, I want to say 50 or 60 Sanoviv employees that did the 28-day reset with Nutrimeal Free. And we measured blood pressure, heart rate, everything, weight, body fat. We did, and we had phenomenal results for the people who followed it exactly how we laid it out. We had good results. So USANA presented that at a Scripps nutrition conference in San Diego in 2019. So I have a copy of our poster presentation there that you can download, and a copy of the research abstract. So that's always really exciting when we do research with USANA. And so then at the end of this, you take all your quizzes, you pass everything, and now we can call you certified. You can be a certified Sanoviv nutrition advisor. and you will get a digital certificate. It will have your date of issue on it. It will have your associate ID on it. Yeah, and so then after that, guess what? You are invited to come to Sanoviv in our detox and rejuvenation program at an incredible discount, you guys, incredible. And Sanoviv prices have gone up over the years. As you know, everything's getting more expensive. And we've packed the programs with more and more new and exciting things. So you'll be able to come to the program for more than 50% off. So it's like, it's a really good deal. And if you have a companion with you, your companion just pays the companion rate. So there are going to be a number of limited spaces during each week. So when you'll have to work with our admissions department, and they will let you know what spaces are available because, like I said, we have been packed. I mean, our employees are working so hard right now. It's we've had our max 40 patients for the last several weeks. And it's exciting, but it's also like, wow, it's a little bit overwhelming. Um, I think it's because we're getting such phenomenal results with some of our programs, including our cancer program, our Lyme program, and we just launched a new neurocognitive program that is unbelievably robust. It has everything in it, and it's for anyone with neurocognitive issues, from MS to Parkinson's to dementia to just simple memory loss. It's got so much stuff in it. Now, the good news, I did find out if let's say you complete this certification and you want to come to Sanoviv, but you have a medical need. The detox program is really not for that, but there is a discount on the other programs for you if you decide you needed another program. And so that discount is pretty good. And so you'll talk to admissions about that. It'll be based on the program that you choose. The other thing I want to mention, this first time around, when we launch this, I'm going to be doing a live Zoom Q&A after each module. And so that is, so as you're going through the module, if you get to the end and you still have questions or there are things that aren't clear, definitely jump on that Zoom. Or if you can't be on the Zoom, send me your questions in advance so I address them if you're not going to be there, because we'll record these and then we can have the record. I'll put the recordings up in the course. The cool thing is, you don't have to, I don't have to email you a Zoom invitation. If you're in this course, you will see live Q&A and you click on it and your Zoom link is there already. You just have to click on it and go in there. So that will be happening on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. No, 10 a.m. No, I'm sorry, 12 Eastern. Well, figure it out. It's 10 a.m. Mountain. I had to write all the times down. Um, and on the second, I believe it's the second one. Yeah, I will be there live at Sanoviv, because I will be there for my own program. And I'll be doing it. So this background you're seeing now is the T-bar, and I'm not there. But that's what it looks like. If you've never been to Sanoviv, it's absolutely breathtaking. And we just almost finished our annex, which is a separate building. I don't know if any of you knew about this, but for the past 3 years, we built another building on the lot next door to Sanoviv. It is only so that we can expand medical. There are no more guest rooms. But what was happening is we're getting so full of patients. There were some bottlenecks with our, hyperthermia units and some of our hyperbaric oxygen units. We have to buy more units, but there was nowhere to put them. So we decided to build another building we're calling the Annex. It's a 3-story building that's only for additional medical. There will be an IV area there and a lot more medical. All the medical offices will be there. So That's really exciting. It's almost done. And the other thing that's new that just happened recently at Sanoviv, we surprised Dr. Wentz with a brand new chapel back in November. And he's always wanted to have a beautiful chapel, and it was so beautifully done. It's in the former area that was our communications area. They made a gorgeous, gorgeous little chapel. And hopefully you'll get to experience that the next time you come. But yeah, so many exciting things going on.
Sue,
Um,
we had a question about your live programs. When does that start?
March 1st is the
March
first
1st.
one.
Okay.
And I'm so nervous, you guys, because it has nothing to do with being on camera or anything. It has to do with technology.
Oh,
I will be in LA at that first one at my friend's house. And I'm like, do you get good internet? I have to have perfect internet. It's got to work. Everything's got to work. So, I'm crossing my fingers for that. And then the next one, I will be live at Sanoviv.
so
Um,
how many weeks when you say,
there will be eight.
oh, wow.
8 of them every Saturday. And again, like I mentioned, they will be recorded. And after about 48 hours, once I get the recording finalized, I will put them up in the course player. So once you sign up for this course, you have access to it forever. You can go in and review it as much as you want. If we change our handouts or add handouts, you have access forever. Okay, if we update a module or if we add a module, and Usana is very interested in adding more modules to the learning, then you will have access to that as well. So we're really, really excited about this.
And
And
when you mentioned downloadable resources, are they branded in some way and we have to keep the branding if we use those for other programs?
yes, they have the Sanoviv brand on them.
Okay.
Copyright Sanoviv. Now, what I would suggest, and maybe we can talk about this, if there are resources that you really feel would be helpful to you, like if you want, people have asked for a PowerPoint template. If there are resources that are really useful, let's bring that up as we go through the course, and maybe we can add some of those resources so that you could have, you can put your own brand on some of the resources. And I'll talk to Sanoviv about that to see if there's certain resources that you could, yeah, just put your own logo in on would be great.
Okay, so we probably should talk at this point about how to qualify to the certification because there is a qualification requirement. And time is of the essence because USANA has announced as of Saturday a limited time special for this. And it is going to get harder to qualify after April 25th. So I put it into the chat box. So in USANA, and because this is for USANA associates only. So first of all, you have to be a USANA associate. And you need to achieve the level of achiever. An achiever check is a $400 check. And that includes PC bonus points, commission points. So a total $400 check. So if you have not reached the level of achiever, then the requirement is to reach achiever. If you're already an achiever or above, then you need to reach level of achiever, $400 check, twice within between today, February 3rd, and April 25th. It doesn't have to be consecutive weeks, but just reach the $400 check twice. Then you become eligible to pay $147, I believe is what the cost of the training is.
149.
149 to do this certification. So I just want to be really clear that everybody understands how that works and just open it to any questions about that.
So I have a question. This is Carol.
Yeah.
So when you're starting the training? When exactly?
So the training, Carol, is self-paced. So you could start it if you've already qualified, you could start it today digitally.
So
Sue, as I understand Sue, Sue's Q&A is positioned at a certain time, but that doesn't mean you have to do the course then.
Okay, so that's my question is, it would mean that in order to even start the course, we have to reach that level.
Yes.
So you may be starting it sooner
Mhm.
and we can't participate until we reach that financial level, correct?
That's right.
So this is my ask. Since I'm already, many of us have already been certified, but this is different. Is there any way we could just pay for the course so that we can get familiar with it, so that as we're promoting it, we know how to promote it best? Is that a possibility or not?
That would be a corporate question.
Yeah, that would be a question for USANA corporate. The price that we have on the whole training is $8.99. So doing it through USANA is getting you this huge discount and you'll pay $149.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had the same questions about qualification. I was asking Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Karen over the weekend. I'm like, I wanted to make sure I understood. If you are achiever or above, anything above, right? Diamond, gold,
Correct.
ruby, silver. Okay. Yeah.
So when's the course available? Like
Okay.
now?
Well, it's available, but here's here's what I don't know. USANA is going to be sending a communication announcing that it's available, and they'll send you a link where you can sign up, you can pay for it, you put in your associate ID and all that. But they are, I don't know
We
when
got a
they're
little
sending that
feedback.
communication.
You see where that's coming from.
Just
Maybe everyone else can
Mute
mute.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know when USANA is sending that communication. Dr. Karen, do you know?
Well, as I understand, it's today, and here's the really important thing for everyone to know. The limited time special that I mentioned is not going to be in the communication. That's not going to be known because the limited time special came at the 11th hour on Saturday because I asked for it. And to be really honest, and not just me, but there are quite a few leaders that really wanted to make this available to more people. So they had a meeting on Saturday with the corporate, had a meeting on Saturday and this is what was presented. And so when the communication comes out this week, it will not mention the limited time special. Please know this. And they've asked me to be really clear. What it'll say is you need to reach your PIN level. So if you're a silver director right now, it would mean you'd have to reach $1,000 check to be able to do the certification. So this special is a big change, big shift at the last moment, and a good one. So just know that. So when you see the communication, I don't know when it'll come out. It's something about the USANA system that they plug in communications because they couldn't change it in enough time to add the limited time special. It'll be announced sometime, as I understand today. But the limited time special will not be announced in that initial communication.
But the link to the course should be in that communication,
I
correct?
would think so, yeah.
Yeah, there's a link and then there's a code, a discount code that has to be used,
I see.
which will change. It won't be the same code all the time. It's going to be changing. So they should send you that link with the code to get to the course.
The platform you use, Sue, is something completely different, as I understand, than USANA's software platform.
Yes, this is the Thinkific learning platform.
Yes,
So
yes.
many of you are familiar with Thinkific. I like it. It's easy to create things in Thinkific and you can, I love the way that it has the Zoom integration. So we chose that because it would meet our needs perfectly. They are also planning, they do want to roll it out to other USANA markets. They do want it translated into Chinese. And I think they're going to do that with subtitles. I don't speak Chinese. And then they're going to roll it out to the other markets. But the thing that will be different in other markets will be the Usana product highlights will be very specific to that market. So if you're in another country, if you're in New Zealand, it would be those products that we'd be talking about. So yeah.
So Penny has asked, I see just some of the Q&A, how much does the program cost? Julie is $149 if you qualify, once you qualify. And Penny has asked, interesting question, can people pay $8.99 and take the course?
I can't answer that. You know, I believe you can, but I think we'd have to ask you, we don't want to like, we don't want to, how do I say this? We don't want to ruin what Usana's really trying to motivate the associates. And I get that. They really want, I mean, I'm an achiever. I've been an achiever for like, I don't know, 15 years. And I was asking what I have to qualify and I would. So, but how exciting, you know, because it kind of puts that little fire under your butt to get your business going. And then after, you're going to be really grateful. You're going to be very happy that you did. But that's a question that we can ask Usana corporate. I will ask them that question. If they, I mean, I think it'd be okay. I don't know though. Does that make sense?
I don't know either, but I think you're right. Sue, part of this too is, of course, an opportunity to help build our business with amazing story and motivation and inspiration, something we as a team like so resonates with who we are. And that's part of what this is we've got an attractive feature for someone brand new to come in and reach achiever. And Sue, Julie asked, how can we review how to become an achiever? There's a great question. So how to become achiever, let's talk about how to, well, Penny, why don't you answer that question? You're my sponsor.
Right, all right. It basically is becoming an achiever has to do with a commission check. And if you can get a commission check of $400, you have become an achiever. And it doesn't matter, you know, what business centers that comes from. It doesn't matter how, you know, did it come from PCs, bonuses, whatever. It's just whatever that commission check from Usana for a week is of $400. Now, and with an achiever getting to, I mean, I don't know if that's changed anything because there's achiever and then there is the executive levels of things. So are they requiring, this is interesting, are they requiring then 4 weeks in a row?
No, just once.
It's just one time. It's just a one-time $400 commission.
Yeah. Yep.
But didn't you, Karen, didn't you say that you had to reach that?
No. So here's the difference. A new person or someone that is not
Right.
an achiever right now
Right.
just has to hit achiever once.
Right.
But if you're already an achiever or above, anywhere above,
Yeah.
then you have to hit it twice, but not consecutive twice, just twice within this limited time special period.
So for those people that are achiever or above, starting February 3rd, moving forward, they need to hit $400 twice in order to be able to click the link to go to the course?
Yes, and then we say February 3rd, but actually, Laura, it's 2025. So if you've already hit it in 2025 twice, you're good to go. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Achiever above, yes. And one of the things, I think this is a good time, Penny, to, if people really want to build their business, is to remind everyone on this team that the VIA Vision in Action Mastermind group on Tuesday nights is a fabulous way to get inspired and motivated. And maybe you can speak to that for folks that maybe don't know about that.
Yeah, so Michael Hollander, who has been our fearless leader upline forever, has continued to do this via mastermind call. And on Tuesday night, we cover a lot of topics. We're doing the core beliefs that you have to build your business. It's very much business focused as opposed to being nutrition focused. You know, Helen joins us every week. You know, I think it's an opportunity to one of the big things, right, when you're building a business is how to bring somebody else on. You can be really excited, but it's taking that next level down and getting someone who then is focused on wanting to build their business, getting them also on the call. It's a huge resource for that. And I think that, it's well worth the time. And Michael does a great job, and I've been on there every week as well. Barbara Dawson comes on. She's been teaching a course at the University of New Mexico on sales. And every year she's been taking a group to competitions, to sales competitions. It's very interesting. And so Barbara, right now, she's involved in actually doing another course herself. So she hasn't been on, but when she comes back on, the addition of Barbara's insights in sales is fabulous.
I just put the link to that in the chat for everybody. Thank you very much. And I'm just adjusting some other questions. I see Barbara grandfathered in. A few questions, Barbara. I'm just reading your chat here. So grandfathered in, I assume you mean people that are already Sanoviv, that already have done the certification or training.
So it piggybacks on to what Carol was saying is there a grandfathered in clause? If so, how long does that last? It sounds like that's still questionable. And then the other is that if Sue is offering these live, are they in conjunction with or corresponding to that particular module, even though it's self-paced? Are those weekly lives general or are they specific to a module? And then the third question is, when we apply with the link that Usana provides us with the discount code, who's checking to make sure we're qualified as an achiever or the commission? Who's the gatekeeper on that? And I mean, would we get a rejection that says, oh, you're $200 short or whatever? What would be the next step if we don't qualify?
Yeah, good questions.
I can answer some of those questions. Grandfathered in, I just want to get clarification. You're meaning if you took the Sanoviv nutrition and maybe you've taken it 3 times, this is a totally new course, but will you be grandfathered in not having to qualify for something? I can ask about that. I think that's a good question. The lives Q&A with me, this first time they will be in conjunction with the course starting on March 1st. So if you can get that qualification and get in there, then you're really only talking about an hour a week of your time to go through the course. So the first Q&A, I'll be talking about the introduction, like about Sanoviv, and there'll be 2 because the first one's really short, and nutrition fundamentals. And that's it. But that's an hour and 10 minutes of your time prior to that to be up to date. Now, after the lives are over, everyone will be taking this on a, just self-paced, and there will not be Q&As unless USANA feels that those are valuable. Maybe they offer them once a year. I don't know. And the third question you had, how are they checking? When I get the signups for the course, I'm sending a weekly sheet to USANA and they're checking. I'm not checking. And they will let me know, hey, this person, didn't qualify yet. So, and then at that point, you just won't be able to get your certificate until then. That's all. So yeah, that was kind of a hard logistical thing, but I will be sending a report to USANA of the signups each week with the associate IDs. Did I answer your questions, Barbara?
Thanks. Yeah. Other questions? Yeah, Peggy.
So Sue, those lives that you're doing are going to be recorded and then you're going to attach them to the learning units, right?
Yes.
So to kind of clarify a little bit about whether or not they're going to be in conjunction after that first week, if you're on a self-learning pace, when you go through that unit, you will see that live. That'll help with the Q&A.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so when we talk about module 2, nutrition fundamentals, when we talk about that live, I will put that right in that part of the course. So as you're going through it, it will be in order. You'll see this live Zoom that already happened, but some of the questions that come up may be really good questions.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Karen, this is Carol.
Yeah.
I just found the 90 Days to Achiever program that Usana made years ago
Yeah,
and put it in the chat.
you did. Look at that,
Yes,
Carol.
I
Wow.
did.
That's
So
going back.
well,
Oh,
that's a good roadmap if you need 90 days to get to Achiever,
yeah,
which is what they're giving us, 90 days here.
yeah.
I can share a story because I am an achiever. I joined USANA in like 2006, maybe, or 2005. And I was not very good at building my business. But I love the products and I was really good at getting PCs. And so for me, I had like initially more PCs than I did associates. And what I thought was really amazing, what I think I also did, they had some kind of platinum pace setter thing at one time. And I got a, like, I think I'm a lifetime platinum pace setter because of this thing that they did. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do that because I really, to be honest, I was not very good at building the business, but I love the product. So you know what I did? I had a Sanse spa party.
Yeah.
And I thought the sales were incredible for that because not only did I sell a bunch of Sanse, but I sold a bunch of nutritionals at the same time, like all at once. So what a great, I mean, think of that if you really want to qualify quickly, just have a Sanse party.
Mm-hmm.
Those products speak for themselves. I mean, they're beautiful and you can actually do a Sanse party and look different at the end of that hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then Carol has Sonsei baskets that
Yeah.
she offers for a couple of days, has a sign-in sheet so people can experience it
Oh, that's a
outside
great
of it.
idea.
Be
Yeah.
using the name Salaviv.
Salavi, thank you so much. Yes, we're
Alright.
really dating ourselves now.
I did. I just did do
Salavi.
the Sanoviv party, spa party. I guess I meant to say spa party. I think the facial products, that facial skincare line is amazing. It's outstanding. I don't think I'll ever use anything else. It's so good.
And I would encourage you, Julie, you asked a question here, to come to the VIA Mastermind on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific via Zoom. I put the link in. I really, if people want to grow their business, I really encourage you to be part of a community because it's very hard to do this on your own. And that is a very business directed, supportive environment that meets everyone where they're at in their business. You can ask great questions and quite some accountability on that too.
Why am I not seeing that link? Where did you put it?
I posted it way up in the chat.
Don't see that. The only thing from you, Karen, is the original post about the Sanoviv program for certification.
Try
You might
again.
have-
and You might
You
have
might have
posted
sent it to
this.
somebody direct.
Okay, let's see here.
So while Karen's looking,
Oh yeah, I did. I sent it to Barbara direct. Oops. Yeah, I see that.
I have a question regarding the potential of the 3 sessions that are coming up, right? The training sessions on GLP-1. And so we have, Karen, you're doing one. We have the first one coming up with the science. And I'm wondering if there is a way to tie each session into essentially, obviously you're not calling it a spa party, but it is a way for a group to come together to learn about that issue and have a program, have the USANA, it's like look at it in terms of 90 days to achieve or 90 days to a detox, 90 days to, whatever, right? And utilizing the resource of those sessions and
Mhm.
having some kind of follow-up right then and there to take advantage of those.
Right. I love that idea, Penny, for sure. You know, with that goal of we are trying to reach this other goal by getting people to sign up for that follow-up session, and then you're really going to go into orders.
That would be a great Charlotte question. Reach out to Charlotte about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the sessions themselves, of course, are purely educational.
Right.
Purely educational. They've separated the education from the products so that we can say more.
Right. But
But
there can be, so like Karen, with yours, obviously yours is more of the nuts and bolts of how to prepare for, what do you do afterwards. Do you have then the follow-up resources for the associate who's listening to that to then take that into a conversation with a group, that you've brought together?
well, that would be the Debbie Baird, who's the new training director for US, Mexico, Canada. That would be her task to provide those training tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we could make something up.
Yes, we could.
You know, we could do
Yeah, and
something together.
Debbie is great. She was the business director for New Zealand, and now she has this new position as training director for Usana. And she made my PowerPoint before I even said yes to speaking. So it was like, whoa, oh, this really is new. So she could create those tools based on our feedback too.
And two, because one of the modules is basically on hormonal health, GLP-1, in terms of,
Right.
I'm wondering if there's a way to provide, a Sanoviv sort of handout or something that could follow up those talks, which
Yeah.
would, without disclosing the module, but
What we talk about, by the way, there's a good article on the Sanoviv website. I've rewritten all the articles. I rewritten over like 100 articles. I recently wrote one on GLP-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really good resource. Just if you go onto the
Let me see.
Sanoviv,
Okay, I'm gonna go on there now so we can take a little
yeah.
peek. Okay, oh, no, where is I? Sorry, that's not what we want to see. Something else here. I was on the Sanoviv website
yeah,
because I was going to show everyone can go on the Sanoviv website, of course, and look at the detox program that is part of that is.
so
What-
if you scroll all the way to the bottom
Yeah.
of any page, there'll be, oh, maybe it's, keep going. Does it go further? Yeah. Click on
Article.
articles.
Okay.
It's way down there.
Yeah, it
And
is.
scroll down a little bit. Those are the categories. This is the one I posted today, the dangers, breathing danger. If you're living in California, especially. There's one in there on GLP-1. It's not far.
Yeah, weight loss without risk of GLP-1 drugs.
Right. So as you probably figured, Sanoviv is not in favor of GLP-1 drugs, but we are very supportive of people trying to eat the right things and have the right lifestyle to enhance their own body's production.
Great.
Yeah, it's lots of great articles there, Sue.
Yeah, the articles go on and on. I rewrote like probably 200 articles going back 5 years.
And when will the health guides be back up?
Okay, that'll be our next topic because now once this course is off, I have time to look at that again. What I'm trying to do, just so you know, is I'm trying to get them in PDF form so you guys can just go in there and click on a health condition and print out the PDF because I think that's really what everybody would be loving. So right now, the technology is so outdated the way it is on the Sanoviv platform, we have to get it off that and into something else. So our IT department is working on that, and they think they have a solution. So that will probably be the next thing. And then once that's going, we will be adding to that. There are about 60 health conditions up there, but we will be adding. And we will add in order of need. So if people write to me and say, oh, we really need a health guide for this, then we'll put them on the list to be done.
So people shouldn't sign up yet for these?
I would wait, yeah. I mean, it's not very expensive. It's like $12 for an entire year, which is $1 a month. So, but it's going to be in a better format that you can print it out, and it's all and all the updates are not in there yet because I couldn't get them in to that old platform. So I've updated them all, but they're not in there yet. So I would hold off on it, give it a few more months and maybe we'll be there.
Great. Gosh, we've got a lot of questions, comments to feedback to corporate for sure. Any final questions for Sue? I did make a boo-boo on the VIA Mastermind. I was trying to change it in the chat, but it's Tuesday nights. So forget about the date in the invitation. It's Tuesday nights.
Thank you, Sue. We appreciate you, darling.
Yes, yay, yay. We feel so special that we got to hear from you direct and
I
the
know this
details
is
and the
no one
modules.
else is getting this. And I'm really excited. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure we'll be at convention this year. And they may also want to do something special to promote this program at convention. I don't know. We'll be working with Usana on that. But I'm so excited to see all of you again.
And the fact that Usana and Sanoviv are playing together is a wonderful thing. We waited a long time for this.
Yes, we've had several Sanoviv executives, several USANA executives come to Sanoviv for their health checkup, and they had no idea what they were getting. I mean, they were like, well, this is amazing. We should be doing more. We've changed so much at Sanoviv, and the more experience we get, the better we get. These programs are getting fine-tuned on a regular basis, and it's just amazing. They also redid our dining room, and I can't wait to see it. They have new buffets and new serving things, and I'm like, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see the new building, and all the things. So I go myself every year, and I'll be there the first week of March. I'll be there on March 3rd.
Mhm. Yay.
So you said that Sanoviv is always crowded, and there's a waiting list. So how are they gonna?
There will be a certain number of available slots for USANA associates to come in per week.
Okay,
It'll be, the admissions department may say, I have 1 slot this week, I have 2 slots next week, whatever. Yeah.
got it.
So we are reserving room for the USANA associates so that we have room for you guys.
So cool.
Do you know how far out in advance, Sue, that you could actually make a reservation?
I think it can be pretty far in advance. I don't think there's a limit. Yeah.
Okay.
They've made reservations, and sometimes people change them slightly. But what's funny is if I look at the reservation, because when I go, I'm supposed to go when there's not that many people there.
Right.
Otherwise, they don't want me to take up a room and they want me to stay somewhere else. But so I go and I'm like, well, there's only, I only see 15 reservations this week. That should be a good week. By the time I get there, it'll be full.
Yeah.
So it seems to happen in the last couple of weeks because we always get these last minute urgent things where people want to go now. And for some reason, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but people are diagnosed with things in January for some reason. It's like maybe it's a popular time when people go to the doctors to use up their insurance at the end of the year. And we seem like we see a lot of new diagnoses in January for some reason. January is a big month for us.
Well, Sue, we thank you, and it's so wonderful to have you on our call and to be part of our team and sharing this. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Really.
This is a really good program, you guys. I'm really proud of it, and I want to be very honest. I was not happy about being on camera. I don't love to be on camera. And the night before I had a film, I had a huge mold issue at the hotel.
Oh,
I was puffy. I couldn't get myself to look good. I was freaking out. But it is what it is. The Usana people were wonderful and they made me feel comfortable. So I
you are
think
a great
there's somewhere
trainer.
in the filming where you're actually going to see a change when I actually changed hotels and got out of that mess that I was in.
Wow.
Yeah, you never know hotels online. It's so hard. But I've had mold issues, so I cannot be in a moldy hotel at all, or I just puff up like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, it is a great course. The content's great. I did a lot of research. There's a lot of science in there. And I really want you guys to take it when I do the lives because that's where I'm going to get more feedback on what do we need to add. What's going to be the next module or what information do you really want to have that you're not getting? So that we be able to add stuff whenever we want.
Thank you.
Thank
We love
you.
you. We so appreciate you.
Very
And thanks
well.
everyone for being in this exciting time. It really is a great time.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Karen,
All right.
for setting it up with Sue.
Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
So happy to.
All right.
All right, everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Thanks,
everyone.
Sue.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sue.
Hi, can you stay on for a sec?
Yes, yes. Hold on a second. Now,
us,
how do I
right?
do this?
Yeah.
I know.
You can stop the recording.
I had my, oh, it's on more. How do I stop the recording? What was Oh, here we go. I found it.